The next one is going to be Apple. Apple is acting around our resistance zone, which is good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, guys. Welcome to the Trading Success Show. Well, the market is actually selling off this morning, which is our pre-market. Okay, the pullback right now is pulling back on a low volume. This is SPY. Most of the time I talk about the market before I look into stocks, but right now I have 7 stocks that I think is setting up for a better future. That is how I see it, and for me these are going to be a long-term hold. I have some, but still I'm still adding to the positions that I have, and as well opening up new ones. Let's get into this. The topic for today is going to be 7 stocks to buy and hold for a future, for the long-term hold. So now let's get into the market. This is the market right now, and we have this channel. Okay, this is an up channel, right? And every time we pull back to this channel, we always hold this channel. So no matter what happened with SPY, with the market, if we cannot get to the top of this channel, then we'll pull back to the bottom of this channel, which will give us around 425 or 420. Okay, that is the area. But if we fail this 430, 429, we can get to the 425 and then 420. That is for the downside, right? For the upside, we just keep pushing and pushing and pushing higher if we can break this 435. Remember, on my previous video I said 435 is what I'm looking for, and we got to 434.76. Isn't that crazy? I was just shy of that particular 435 level, and now we're pulling back, you know, towards that 427.60 area pre-market. So I'm not too worried about it right now. I'm just looking for long-term portfolio positions or stocks to hold. Right now, the first stock I'll be talking about is Palantir. Palantir right now, what I'm looking for, we are pulling back pre-market, right? And we are filling the 50 area, which is 50. This one is the 50 SMA. So I'm looking for price to base around the $20 spot, and I will be picking some up around this area. Palantir is for a long term, it's not for a short term. I did profit off this move towards that $28 area. Okay, I took some profit, and now I'm going to be adding back those profit I took off on Palantir. That is how I trade, guys. I don't have to be playing it. So right now, this one is the Palantir I was talking about. So this area, if we fail this area, then that $20 spot is what you're going to be looking at to pick up longs on Palantir. Float is 1.57 billion, so it's going to take a huge news to pull this down. And you don't have short seller messing with this all the time like they do with, you know, low float stocks, right? The next one is going to be Apple. Apple is acting around our resistance zone, which is the 145 area. This is the definition of a double top. So double top rejection is possible on this one, and pre-market we actually pull back on Apple. So I'll be looking for, you know, if price pull back towards the 140 area, I'm going to be looking at adding to my long-term portfolio, okay, on Apple. I like it. ROKT, this one has been a long time hold for me. Right now we are basing right now on this. We have this this channel, or what I call this range, that is really defined on ROKT. So right now this is still a buy area for me to hold for a long term. I'm looking for a momentum push higher. If we cannot hold this channel, then we can pull back to the $16-17 spot. But overall, this is a long-term momentum play for me to hold for the next 5 years on ROKT. So I'm not worried about the short-term pullbacks. SPCE as well, keep an eye on this one. We're basing right off this area right now. Support is around the $40 $41 area. That is your support on SPCE, so keep an eye on SPCE. For me, this is like the demand zone. From this $40 to 45 is more like a demand zone for me. So I'm expecting price to later on push towards this double top. We made this double top, this top right here and this one right here for the pullback. That I really understand that, because we broke out of this area. Let me draw this so that you can see. Right now this is like a resistance, so we broke out of this area. So it is very important that price pull back to test this area before we start pushing higher, right? So that is the idea. But overall, price need to hold this, you know, area, this box right here on SPCE. Overall, I still like SPCE for the long term. AI, the beauty about AI is we have our inverse head and shoulder. This is the head, this is the left side of the shoulder, this is the right side of the shoulder, right? So for now, what I'm looking for is for price to hold this area. My willingness will be to add into this spot right here, even if we visit that spot, right, which is the $45-47 spot. So I will continue to add on this one. I'm looking for this breakout right here, okay, for this to somehow break out of this area. This is AI. This is more like a technology company in the space. So most of the ratings here is just buy or hold. So I'm going for the buy one, right? And we have a lot of initiation in January, so I'll be holding that AI. Next one is going to be growth that I talked about, GROW. This one right now, we have a base forming right now, we have a range forming right now on this particular stock. So this is the area, but don't be surprised if we pull back to this level right here, which is our 200 moving average, around the 525 530 spot, right? So look for price around that area, okay, which also coincide with this spot right here. So see how we base around here and then start pushing higher. So I'm looking for such kind of a move around here. It looks like we're gonna, we just rejected the top level, which is our 50 moving average around here, and now we're gonna pull back to this 200 moving average, and then before price continue to push higher. Overall, I'm willing to buy and hold this one for a long term rather than for a short term, right? Next and the last one is Tellery. Tellery as well, keep an eye on this one. Let's look at the consolidation. Okay, the last time we did this, we push higher. So right now we're doing the same thing again, and I'm expecting stock to push higher on this one. If stock doesn't push higher and we pull back because of the market is pulling back, we are right now on the 200 SMA right now. So I'm actually looking for price to hold this level. If we cannot hold the 200 moving average, okay, then I think we can test this bottom right here, which is this area right here, okay, which is the $15 spot. But I'm still open-minded towards that $14. So $14 or $15 area. Right now I think I have 300 shares right now on Tellery with the average price of $19 per share, or I think either $18 or $19 per share. So I'm willing to still buy towards this $14 with my area $10, because $10 is the ultimate, it's gonna be our ultimate support, you know, overall support. But this 14-15 is still in play, you know, knowing that marijuana at some point in the next election, they will be planning on legalizing it at some point, right? So for me, Tellery is also a hold. Okay, keep an eye on, this is the bonus one. With so much information coming out, keep an eye on this one on Wish, right? Keep an eye on Wish. We are actually at this level trying to reject the inverse head and shoulder. So for me, I will be looking for price to visit the $10 spot. This is going to be our support. Our support. Like I said, this $10 is going to be our support. If this $10 doesn't hold, then we can flush towards the $9 or $8 spot, which is going to be our ultimate support. Okay. For me on this one, this is a momentum play for the push towards the $16 spot. Okay, see, every time we get to this $16 spot, close to the $16, $15-16 spot, we reject this level, right? So now we pull back into this $10 spot. So I'm expecting a bounce off this $10 spot. Okay, I'll be looking for call options. I can sell puts as well. Okay, on this one, I can sell, you know, the $7 puts, okay, on this one. Now let's go and take a look at the option chain as well and see what Wish is looking like. Okay, and I'm not talking about short term, guys, I'm talking about long term. So if you're looking at the option chain, we have the $6 put option to sell this one, which is going for 60 cents, 70 cents, and we have open interest of 716. The one that people are edging is the 750. So you can also go for the 750, being the fact that it's just 10 cents spread, right? So you can go for the 750, and your collateral will be $750. Add this one to it, that becomes your premium, right? So this is the highest volume so far. So many people are selling this one and also buying the puts. So but I will go for selling the puts on this one, because selling the put means you are bullish on this one. So overall, keep an eye on this level. I'll be looking at getting some sell put on this one, as well as looking for some options out of the money. Okay, in this name, looking for perhaps the $15 call option. Okay, if I want to play it, you know, just to hedge, then, you know, I'll be looking for $5, just to pick few $5 puts to hedge, and then get me, they are buying this one right here. This has the highest interest so far on that one, so that is just 10 cents spread on the $10 call options, and this is January expiration. So if this really push, I think you'll be able to make a whole lot on this one. Guys, that is it, man. I hope you guys enjoy this. Have you guys a fantastic trading day, and I wish you guys all the best on this long-term portfolio hold. And peace and love, guys. Bye bye.